Many Australians trying to buy property are convinced that cashed-up foreign investors, particularly from China, have been pricing them out of the market. Now a parliamentary inquiry has proposed tighter controls and tougher penalties to crack down on foreign buyers who break the rules. The report brands the current system a failure. Shortly, we'll speak to the chair of the parliamentary committee behind the report, Liberal MP Kelly O'Dwyer. But first, this report from Tracy Bowden.
This is real estate Beijing style, a 4-day frenzy with tens of thousands of prospective buyers on the lookout for property. Australian agents are here, keen to drum up business.
We do projects in Australia, so residential projects.
Which cities?
Melbourne, Sydney. Are you interested in any of those marketplaces? This is just one channel that we're exploring for our Australian vendors to expose some properties, special properties, to a market that clearly at the moment is looking for opportunities outside of the domestic Chinese market.
Business is extremely well, and Australian become more and more popular for Chinese. So this is the final copy. So what we'll do is once they sign off, so we're going to translate them into the Chinese.
Back in Australia, Monica too is flat out trying to find properties for eager Chinese buyers.
Probably 90% they live here permanently, or probably 10% of them, the wife and kids are living here, and the husband's still travelling frequently from here back to China because they still have some kind of business back home. Yeah. So come up this, we have a big living space here and a view here. It's northeast facing.
A year ago, Monica too invited 7:30 along as she showed a client a multi-million-dollar property on Sydney's lower North Shore. Back then, she had a sales target in mind.
This year I want to do $100 million and I'm very close.
So did her high-end clients get her across the line?
My target was like 100 million, I remember, and I have reached now about 120 million. So yes, very, very pleased.
So you've sold $120 million worth of property?
Yes.
So congratulations!
All of a sudden we're seeing this tsunami of overseas money coming in, and it's sort of like wiping out markets, it's wiping out market demographics, it's denying people of the opportunity to buy.
Third and final call!
In 2012-2013, Chinese investors spent more than $5.5 billion on Australian real estate. Many agents across the country are getting in on the act, but were those sales all above board?
The fact is that there are rules and regulations that apply to everybody, and those rules and regulations have to be abided by, and it's very clear that they haven't been.
B107!
Australia allows foreigners to buy new properties, so off-the-plan sales like this have seen a near stampede of buyers. But foreigners are banned from buying established homes unless they're temporary residents. Another avenue is gaining permanent residency through a significant investor visa. What do you tell your clients about the rules in Australia about foreigners buying established properties?
They have to have a permanent visa, permanent resident, or some of them might have a long-term working visa, like a 457, but the majority of kind are significant investment visa. So we call that 188.
Well, in a word, the Foreign Investment Review Board, they're hopeless.
Robert Simeon has been in real estate for 30 years and says it's become easier for buyers to exploit loopholes in the system.
Overseas students, when they're coming in here and they're allowed to buy a property whilst they study, and they have to sell it once they've graduated, well, there's no evidence at all that any property's ever been sold.
Incredibly, there has not been a single prosecution of a foreign investor for illegally buying a home in Australia since 2006.
I think that the government's turned a blind eye and they've been caught out. I mean, the fact is that now it's nearly a decade since they've prosecuted someone, and the Foreign Investment Review Board is the first to say that they're understaffed and undermanned.
Monica too is confident that any changes to foreign investment rules won't affect her clients. And on that basis, she set herself a new sales target.
The market has increased and the business has expanded. And yeah, I think the figure should be doubled.
So 200 million.
Something like that.